Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about what are called geometric sequences. Now, when I talk about geometric sequence, we're not talking about, triangle, square, circle, triangle, square, circle. That's just silly. So today what we're looking at are numerical values, but what happens when they're geometric, there's a common rate that is occurring. Whereas arithmetic was adding or subtracting, here we're multiplying. Okay? Multiplying or dividing if you want to figure it here. If you notice between here, you have 81, 27, 9, 3, and 1. The common difference between each one of these, you'll see that you're dividing by 3 each time. Okay. Another way of saying divided by 3 is that we can also say we're multiplying by 1/3. Okay. That's kind of the idea that I want us to go with. You want to keep your rates. The rate in this case would be 1/3. So first term is 81, and so on. So once again, there's a formula for a geometric sequence. The nth term in a geometric sequence would be the first term, and then r, the rate, as a fraction, to the n minus 1. Now, this is the exponent n minus 1. So the rule for this guy here would be our nth term would be our first term, 81. Our rate is 1/3 to the n minus 1. And if I wanted to figure out what the, I don't know, 12th term is in this sequence, if I want to know what the 12th term is, it would just be 81 1/3 to the 12 minus 1. Sorry if you hear my children running around upstairs. They're chasing the dog. Anyway, so what we do is we just let it go in the calculator. 81 parentheses, alpha y equals, make your fraction bar, 1/3. And I'm assuming that most of you can do 12 minus 1 in your head. And of course I picked an example with a really, really crummy value. So this just is a very small fraction. So you get the idea here. That's kind of a bad idea. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's change it to the 7th term instead of the 12th term. So let's see, 81, 1/3 to the 7 minus 1. So if we change this up, remember you can overwrite stuff here. And if I change this, instead of being 7 minus 1 would make that a 6. Delete out that. And we get 1/9. Okay. I was trying to get some value would work, so of course I had to Murphy pick the wrong value. Anyway, so that's what this looks like. So let's try another one. Here's another quick example. We have a geometric sequence, 4, -8, 16, -32. One of the things that you'll notice is that you can oscillate between your positives and negatives. That just means that your rate is negative. Okay? So your first term, remember our rule, the nth term is first term rate to the n minus 1. Well, our first term here is 4, and you can probably tell that your rate, every time here you're multiplying by, well, -2 times -2 times -2, and your rate becomes -2. So it's just a matter of putting it together. The rule would be 4 parentheses -2 to the n minus 1. And my example here was the 12th term. Again, so if I want to do what is the 12th term in the sequence? Minus 1. Go back to my calculator, and our rule, let's see here, we have 4 parentheses -2 to the 11th. And the 12th term in this sequence would be -8,192. All right. Another way we can do this is if I give you some term within the sequence, and I want to write the rule if I know what one term is and the rate. So the nth term is first term, rate to the n minus 1. Well, we happen to know the third term, so if I know that the third term is 5, that means my n value is 3. So I can set that up to figure out what the first term is, because we know our rate is 2. And I get this. All right, so we know now that the 5 is first term. 2 squared is 4. So another way you just rewrite this out is 4 times the first term. So you just divide up by 4, which means your first term is 5/4. Go back to write the rule then. Your nth term is 5/4 times the rate. Oh, sorry, the rate was 2. Let me rewrite this. 5/4 times 2 to the n minus 1. And again, you can go back and check this. If we were looking to figure out what the third term is, if you put 3 in here for n, if I do check our work, alpha y equals 5 over 4, 2 parentheses. If we know that the third term is 5, so if I do 3 minus 1, I get 2. So hopefully we did this right. Yep, we get 5 for our answer. So we know that this is correct. There's another real tricky one that I was gonna look at, but I figured there's just really you don't have a couple days left. So hope you guys are all doing well. I had a couple questions for you up on Formative, and we'll talk to you guys later. Take care.